So I'm Simon Woodside. I'm the founder and CEO of Monolith Interactive. We develop mobile apps focused on health in Waterloo. So I'm going to teach you 3 words of German here. Weniger, aber besser means less, but better. So this is a Lotus Esprit. It's one of the all-time great sports cars. Corners like it's on rails, less than 1,000 kilograms. Simplify and add lightness. This is the direct quote of the philosophy of Colin Chapman, the founder of Lotus Cars. And he also was the designer of Lotus Cars and a race car driver. This is one of his most classic designs, the Lotus 7. It has no roof, no windscreen, no radio. This is a car for driving. And it's so good that it's still in production now, 50 years after he designed it. People love this car. So, weniger, aber besser. Less, but better. This is Braun. Some of you are old enough may remember their iconic products. The motto of Dieter Rams, the designer at Braun, is, he's German, weniger, aber besser. He designed this Razor in '63. Fits perfectly into your hand, has one switch, stainless steel, it's super simple. And here's a little alarm clock that they designed, and they still make it. Actually, I have one right here. It's great. You just pull this up, turns it on, adjust the dial. That's all it does. It doesn't have any special features. Super simple, and I love it. So let's leave behind the past now, right? And what can these old guys tell us about what we're doing now? And what we'll be doing in the future. So here's a little bridge. Steve Jobs and Jonathan Ive loved Braun, and they loved the product, and they knew that motto. They knew that motto, right? And you can see because they made the calculator on the iPhone look exactly like the Braun calculator. They knew weniger, aber besser. And when they released the iPhone in 2007, they followed that rule. They left out all kinds of things in the iPhone. Less stuff. They left out copy and paste. They left out a keyboard. There were no third-party apps when they launched. There was no 3G connection at all. Like 3G had been out for a couple of years. There's no 3G. There was no file system, no folders, no multitasking. All of these things their competitors had. They didn't care, and people loved the iPhone. So how can we get some of that love into our apps and try to achieve, go from good to great? Well, supposing we had a hypothetical example. Let's say our client was Starfleet. I'm going to keep this abstract for a moment, and then I'll show you some quick examples from our own work. So let's say Starfleet says, hey, please make us a medical tricorder. And you guys may have heard of the X Prize, so this isn't completely hypothetical. So let's say Starfleet gives us a list. They say, oh, we wanted to detect tropical diseases, and here's a list of 20. I've got 7 on there. Well, we say, we're going to go crazy trying to implement 20 different features. We won't have time to make this app better if we have to do everything all at once, right? So instead, let's get to one technique we use at Monolith is we go to our clients, we say, can you please put your features in order of importance? Number 1, what's your number 1 most important? Okay, so maybe it's malaria is the most important tropical disease right now. And so on and so forth, down the list. And then we say, we just want to know what the order is so that we can start, so we can work that way. We do an analysis, and we go to ourselves, weniger, aber besser, and we go back to a quote from PC Magazine about the iPhone, the original iPhone. A source from Apple said, Apple has a priority list of features, and we got as far as we could down that list with this model. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to draw a line. We're going to say we can get that far. In our first release, 3 top tropical diseases. And we go to our clients, we say, look, you know what? Everything's going to get done. We just do version 1, version 1.1, 1.2. So there's a roadmap, there's a clear idea that we will be building the entire set of features, but this way we can focus and we can make something truly great. So now I'll just give you a couple examples. Oops, switch the wrong thing here. So this is just some sketches of something we're working on right now. I won't go into any detail. We thought we needed a tab bar and there was going to be all these different ways of getting in. We realized we can actually eliminate that, simplify the app. And this is after talking to our users. So there was, in the previous session, they were talking about talking to users. Totally agree. And this is just some Xcode storyboard. This is an app for hearing, for selling hearing aids actually. Has anybody here an audiologist? Okay, good. I won't piss anybody off then. So this app tests your hearing, and then it will sell you potentially a hearing aid. We've done clinical trials and worked for a huge client in the States, and they said we wanted to work anybody up to the age of 85 or 90. They want to be able to use it. So we had to really, really simple. So everything is really just sort of very straightforward. I don't know if you can hear that, but it beeps, and then you put some headphones on, and then it's quite simple. You hear the beeps. If you can hear them, you can turn it up, you can turn it down. My fingers started moving that wheel around. I can hear it, sure, great. I can turn it down now, and until I can't hear it, and so on. And then when we give the results, we also simplified this. So I'll put in sort of some sample data. We ask people some questions. Now I will just skip through them real fast. We always tell you where you are at the top there. And finally, most audiologists will give you a very complicated chart. We decided, forget about that, we're just going to show you pictures. So we just have a grid of pictures of different frequencies and different volumes, and then we gray out the one you can't hear right now. And we worked with several audiologists on this, so it's all sort of very verified medical language, if you will. And we show you what will happen if you were to get a hearing aid from this company. So, we'll wrap up now. Products that people love. This is Dieter Rams. And he said, weniger, aber besser. So if you want your products to be loved, just remember, less, but better. Thank you very much.